Jennifer Sutter, the Chief Enlightenment Officer of Conscious Public Accountants and proud member of the CalCPA, here to deliver success tips to help you pass the CPA exam. With appropriate planning and adequate time carved out for studying, it is possible to pass all 4 sections of the CPA exam while you're working full-time. At Conscious Public Accountants, we have developed an 8-week program called the Initiation, which is a coaching experience specifically designed to help CPA exam candidates through the process of initial licensure. These are some of the tips that we share with candidates who go through our program. Let's first look at the general guidelines. First off, we recommend that you study a minimum of 2 to 3 hours per day. You want to think of this like you're going to get ready to run a marathon, right? When you're training for a marathon, you go, 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 and you're building yourself up along the way. You're going to be sitting down for an exam that might last up to 4 hours. If you're only studying in 30-minute increments and you're not doing that focused time, you really need that. Stretch your brain power and go to 2 to 3 hours a day. We also suggest that you study 15 to 20 hours per week. Why is that? Because you don't want your studies to span too long of a period of time. Sometimes in initial conversations, when helping someone to map out a study plan, they tell me that they're going to study over the course of 3 or 4 months. And I said, not going to work. You're going to forget everything by month 3 and 4, that long down the road that you studied early on in your process. The other thing that you want to do is you want to track your study hours and as you progress through the materials. There might come a point where you feel like overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get through all of this. But when you see the progress that you made, that can be affirming. The other thing you want to do in tracking your study hours is because you really want to know what it takes for you to pass an exam. You're a unique person, and some people need a little bit more and a little bit less time. So initially when we started coaching candidates and they said, well, I didn't study a lot. I don't know what a lot is. Is a lot 20 hours? Is it 40 hours? You want to get really specific here so that you know for your plan, are you going to need to dial it up or dial it down based on how your results come back? The next thing is you just want to know that some sections are going to take more or less time, and we'll specifically look at the recommended study hours in a moment. You want to also plan for rest, okay? You want to make time to just charge your batteries and check out and not do any critical thinking. When I studied for the exam, what ended up working really well for me is I told myself Monday through Friday, I'm going to study 4 days out of that week. And then I'm just going to have 1 day that I'm going to take off. And that day I'm going to take off is going to be based on what I need. Maybe a friend invites me to dinner. Maybe I really want to hit up a yoga class. And the other thing that I learned is I couldn't study 8 hours on Saturday and then take Sunday off, because I had diminishing returns after studying 5 hours. I didn't absorb anything else. So I ended up doing 4 hours on a Saturday, 4 hours on a Sunday. That's what worked for me. You're going to want to need to find what works for you, but make sure you've got some time for rest. Thank you. And on behalf of CalCPA, we wish you all the best with your studies.